game.
Stupid. These things are so cool. I have one of the old models.
Spending it all at the Astra Lounge.
Where? I swear they were just here.
I'm taking the fire!
That's all, huh? that stuff? I can stop at the gift shop for Vasco. Got what we needed, and nobody got hurt. Bet it crossed your mind. Glad you had restraint.
Ebbside's a bad place for tourists these days.
Nice. The Astral Lounge got you down. You're in the right place, baby. Everyone knows this is Neon's premier social club. So come on in. Enjoy some unique company. And toss back one of our exclusive Velocity cocktails. Madame Sauvage's place. Where the fun never stops. In the city that never sleeps. Madame Sauvage's place. The Astral Lounge got you down. You're in the right place, baby. Everyone knows this is Neon's premier social club. So come on in. Enjoy some unique company.
Please excuse me. I'm just passing through. You serious? This has to be a mistake. Oh. Money does fix a lot of problems, doesn't it? I can't believe they put a bounty on my head. Good grief. The day's not my day, is it? Then again, better than being dead. You win, friend. You win.
This is Neon's premier social club. So come on
Don't kill
in.
me. I've surrendered.
Enjoy some unique company.
Can't talk right now. Sorry.
And toss back one of our
I was
exclusive
fixing up at work.
Velocity cocktails.
I am so close to getting
Madame
fired,
Sauvage's
but I
place.
need the credits.
Where the fun never stops.
You don't. I used to be an actuary. I see. Not sure if those balloons sell at Liberty. Here for a cup of coffee right about now.
Got a minute to chat? Maybe a few minutes. Probably not hours, though. But no guarantees. You know, traveling with you has been more than just good old-fashioned fun. It's been, well, therapeutic. Hey, now. I do believe I gave you a very nice ship. Used to not be so fond of teams, as I recall. Something about trusting individuals, right? I guess a good team is a team where you trust everyone individually. So it checks out. Which brings me back to that plan I mentioned earlier. I think I know how to move forward now. But I'm going to need your help. My contact sent a gift. Seems real to me. So they found an insurance settlement. Irvin's employers got paid as compensation for sabotage. It seems that the mining company got a huge payout after they won the case against Irvin. We have the settlement paperwork from their insurance. Tons of money. Oh, also the cyber runner had to move on to other work, but sent me a passcode to some computer system. I'm not sure what it goes to yet. We can just hold on to it until we figure it out. But anyway, we have enough to move forward. The missing piece here is proving that Irvin was framed. So I discovered that Irvin's original lawyer still practices law, and she'll look over everything we found. Oh, detective. I like the sound of that. If I'm the detective, does that make you my trustworthy and sensible partner with a heart of gold? Damn right we are. Anyway, we should take everything to the lawyer and see what she says. Maybe she reviews it and decides we have no case, or we need more evidence. I don't know. If we don't have a case, I can probably let it go. But I have to try. Fantastic. I knew I could count on you. You're as reliable as an atomic clock. I've sent a list of everything we found so far to the lawyer in Gagarin. You know, I actually feel optimistic about this. Lead the way, detective.
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere? It's because they have little outposts.
Irvin was only on
There were so
Gagarin
many
for
facilities
done
abandoned.
everything that we can do for Irvin's
The pirates
case,
use them
aside
as
from
forward
going to
operators.
Gagarin.
All over the city. I want to learn how to play an instrument.
Got you covered. Our trained and certified physicians are qualified to assess and treat any physical ailment or
The trio of United Colonies personnel, including daughter of the infamous Admiral Francois Sinot, have answered a mystery that has plagued the settled systems for over
Yeah?
100 years. What are the terrors?
This whole planet smells weird. Like chemicals and smoke. I was just thinking that this is about what Irvin saw all those years ago when he arrived. He probably stood here thinking that he was going to make things better. He had a good heart. Oh, you remind me of him sometimes, wanting to make things right. And when you said it out loud, you know, I actually believe we can do it. I just hope our lawyer is as confident. Right. She said she would meet us at our office when we arrive. Hopefully she can tell us what we need to do in order to clear Irvin's name. Let's stick together, though. Gagarin isn't a huge town, but it's not the kind of town that I want to get lost in.
I'm sorry, but if this isn't directly related to Reliant medical business, you should really schedule an appointment. What's that like? Challenging. I work for Helena Strickland, one of the most driven executives in the industry. I Titan really, though she seems to forget it's not just her that's responsible for Reliant's successes around here. Though we've been having some courier troubles recently. I think there could be some credits in if you're interested. Speak to Helena. Gagarin is a city on the rise. Cheap facilities, an enthusiastic labor market. Archmite and Satari Mills are just learning what Reliant's known for years. Gagarin is the place to do business. Who knows? Drink themselves to death? I honestly haven't the slightest. I'm usually too busy trying to make something of this city. But if you aren't the seize the day type, you can wander over to Lizzie's. I haven't heard about any waves of blindness striking the city's residents, so the drinks can't be that bad.
You have not been authorized to direct this unit. Thank you for your understanding.
They're conscripting security to search all the abandoned buildings for heat leeches.
Welcome to Clint's. Whatever you need, I'm sure I've got it lying around somewhere. Except mech parts. Don't trade those anymore, so don't waste your time asking. If you need anything, just follow the sound of falling inventory. You'll find me eventually. May not be the prettiest stock, but you can count on every piece. Don't mind the mess. Let me just bring that up. Taking in the collection. Quite a sight, eh?
Have you ever met a pirate? Were you scared? I wouldn't be.
May not look like much, but there are some quality pieces in here. Just gotta find them.
I did. Bank says it's worth double what it was when I moved in.
So, are you going to buy it?
Only if I take up a life of piracy.
Oh, smells like the Centauri.
System's down. Nothing's going out until it's fixed. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I've got a lot of shipments to process still. So let's cut to... Are you here to claim a shipment and store it? You'd be surprised. It seems like every... That reminds me. Well, it's... We do a shot. What do you expect? And if I'm being honest, I'll be the same.
You ever read about the early history of spaceflight? So political. So familiar sometimes.
My mom said the other day she's going to ship me off to Neon. Half the city was shut down the other day for a corporate investment tour. I had to hike the damn canyon.
Well, well, well. Barrett, you're actually here. Astounding.
Ellie! Ellie, come on. I promised we'd stop by, didn't I?
People make promises all the time, Barrett. And most folks try to avoid Gagarin, not visit it. Anyway, I'm glad you made it out here. We have work to do, don't we? It's not a resort. It's a working town run by mining corporations. You don't come here unless you need to, and you don't stay unless you have to.
Or unless you're a bright-eyed, optimistic lawyer who genuinely wants to make things better for others. Right, Ellie?
You're kind, Barrett. Yes, I suppose there's that type of person as well. Down to business. Perfect. What do you already know?
So we already know that Irvin worked for Hephaestus Mining Company years ago, and they blamed him for catastrophic economic and ecological issues here on Gagarin.
Yes. He lost his case because he didn't defend himself, and we had almost no evidence without him. Well, we can bring the case to a judge here if we have new evidence or a witness.
What about the evidence we found so far?
Yes, well, About that. It's just not enough. In order for me to go before a judge, I'd like to have some solid evidence pertaining to motive. Yeah, we need something major. Documentation, recordings, a witness, something.
It's been so long. How could we find anything like that?
I've thought about this a lot since the original case. The mine that Irvin worked at was shuttered in 2309. They probably still have documents relating to whatever happened there with him. That's where you come in. I don't know which mine he worked at when the incident took place. In theory, you could find that information on a Foundry terminal, if you can access it. You'll need a passcode. That's the hard part. Besides the Foundry records, there also might be something in Irvin's apartment. If he knew he was being framed, he might have held on to some documents there.
I'm not much of a cat burglar, but I do have a cat suit somewhere, now that you mention it.
That is definitely not necessary, Barrett.
Dress for the job you want, not the job you have, right?
Good grief. As a lawyer, I cannot condone any use of criminal activity in the procurement of our evidence. Having said that, I have heard that there are terminals in the Foundry that can be accessed with passcodes. And I happen to know that miners always have passcodes on them. Do with that information as you will. Hopefully that's enough to work with for now. If you'll excuse me, I have to get some court documents ready for this case.
The Foundry District isn't too far from here. Well, not gonna lie. That was impressive.
Didn't even have time to get my lunch. Ah.
Coordinates look valid to me. Imagine Irvin thinking the same thing all those years ago. Just a job, right? Well, at least we know where to keep looking, right? I guess we'll see what state the mine is in. It's possible they collapsed it before they left. We just won't know until we get there. If that's the case, we'll just have to figure something out. the safe. I bet it's locked by a terminal. Find anything helpful to the case, Captain? Hold on. Is that what I think it is? Is that Irvin's employment contract? Let me see. We've already got the coordinates to mine H363. This will still solidify the fact that he was there. All right, we've got some solid leads, it looks like. The employment contract and the hunting license at Town Hall. And as the lawyer, she's probably right. The burden of proof is sky high on this one. It's likely already in orbit. It was a bit strange going through Irvin's old things, though. I was hoping for some old pictures, but nothing. What's that you have there? A plant? Yes, and it was always a remarkable species with an even more remarkable story. I wonder if the same is true for this guy. Evolved or altered, Irvin used to experiment a lot with extremophile plant life. Maybe he made the perfect plant buddy for his windowless apartment. In any event, I'll go through Irvin's notes in more detail later. There's probably a flowchart somewhere with this little guy's name on it. Oh, on that note, we should give it a name. I'm thinking something simple yet refined. What do you think of Harvey? Then it's unanimous. Okay, the three of us should get back to it. You, me, and Harvey have a case to solve.
I've got applications in the parking lot.
Careful. This place was shuttered 20 years ago. This looks promising. This looks like administration. Company records? Bingo. All right. Now let's... Go find Irvin and Helge's lab stations. fun. Find out why this was locked. It was the destruction of the bacterial colonies, not the apex predators. So, they ruined the ecosystem here. This is it. This is what Ellie needs to see. Come on, let's finish this. Ha, right here? You hit here. It's not uncommon for them to leave all this equipment behind, but it seems. Yes, that sort of internal structure is common to biological organisms like that. Seems like Helgi tried to do the right thing here. I'm sure Ellie didn't want to see this. He's hiding numerous ethics violations dating back before Helgi's time, and Hephaestus just ignored him. Hey, you might want this.
It smells like this.
I have something for you. Ellie, I sent you all the data from the mine already.
Welcome back, you two.
I'm sure you know.
How was the trip to the mine?
You're gonna love this, Ellie.
Okay, someone better tell me. Come on.
We found the coordinates to Irvin's old work site and went there. Huge battle. Fire, explosions. Pew, 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 pew.
Barrett, please.
You should have seen the plants in there, too. Weird stuff. Anyway, you read over the documents we found there, right? What do you think?
What you both found in that mine is remarkable. These documents show that the chemicals released by the mining process contaminated the ecology even before Irvin was tasked with removing the predators. And they also show that Helgi informed Hephaestus of the issue, and it was repeatedly ignored. And with that, I think we've got ourselves a case, my friends.
Yes! That's what I wanted to hear, Ellie. Woo!
Yes, but it's still likely to lose. Because what we really need now is Helgi as our witness, and that is a problem. I'm glad you're taking it in stride. It's just, for a case with this much science, we need the man who wrote the claims to back them up. Maybe even explain it in layman's terms. You might ask Dr. Kayala. She checks up on folks who fall through the cracks sometimes. You'd have to convince her to tell you where he is. That might be hard.
Sounds like we're making a stop at the med clinic. We'll be back when we convince Helgi to be a witness.
Listen, if he refuses, then he refuses. Can't force him.
Yeah, we don't want to press him too hard. The last thing we need is him refuting what he wrote. This is going to take a light touch, but I think we can handle it.
Do you need medical assistance? Are you injured? Is there something I can help you two with?
Do you happen to know Dr. Helgi Hawkson? We're trying to get his help with something.
Sorry, who are you exactly?
We're detectives. Self-taught and unaffiliated. Freelance detectives. With the emphasis on the free part.
Wait, what? Detectives? Sorry, I don't think I know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, I'm not a tour guide. You'll have to ask somebody else.
We're trying to help him. And Gagarin, actually.
Ellie's a good person. That bodes well, but I can't violate my oaths. I'm sorry. Listen, I can say that Helgi took up a job working at Clint's store just down the way. I saw him there stacking boxes the last time I picked up an order. I've got to get back to my work here, so if there's nothing else... If it's patient medical records you're after, I'll remind you, I'm not at liberty to discuss that.
We're thinking of taking Hephaestus to court with Dr. Hawkson as a witness. Now, given his situation, we're worried the defense might cast aspersions on his character, even question his mental health.
That's unfortunate, but not surprising. Look, if he agrees to testify and grants me permission, I could vouch for his well-being.
Thanks, Doc. If he does end up testifying, we'll definitely need you for the trial. Ellie Yankton will be in touch.
No promises, given patient confidentiality, but I'll do my best. I need to get back to my work now, if you don't mind.
A hazmat squad came through here the other day. Said they're cleaning out any heat leeches. Public safety concern. I think I missed something.
Trade-in may not look like much, but they're...
Funny you ask, because I'd like to know too. He owes me a sizable debt. I don't want to be mixed up with anything like that.
I think you may be right. I'd like to keep this civil.
All right. Fine, fine. I don't know where he is, but ask Lizzie up at the bar. She knows everybody. You sure you got the right person? Helgi and I have had several run-ins in the past. For me, yes. But there's a lot of water.
We just need someone to serve as his character witness, given your long-standing reputation in the city.
Sure, I can say a few words. I like Helgi, but fair warning, I'm not gonna lie for him. If I'm testifying under oath, it'll be full of the good and the bad.
Wouldn't expect anything less. Guess we can live without that, but are you sure?
Clank got a new delivery in. Look, depends. Is new shipment coming from Sidonia? Sidonia? Yeah, pass. All the stuff they ship in from Sidonia tastes like dust. It's vacuum sealed. Hey, more dust for you.
Never underestimate a human's ability to create something even deadlier than before.
I don't miss all the extra heat.
You know who's really to blame for Gagarin's problems?
Well, well, well. Spritz is back.
None of this ever happens.
A reputation already? I'm impressed.
Slow news day, I guess. I serve drinks here, Spritz.
We were told that you are a local crime...
We serve drinks here. Here's a list of our specials for today.
There's nothing on here.
Oh, that's strange. Here, let me fix that. Don't worry, it's just the one sale today.
Oh, right. Of course, it's a number. Here you go, Captain. All yours.
The service I provide is worth quite a lot. I hear you. You don't scare me. I'd like to tell you, believe me. I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. You're starting to make a lot of sense. All right, all right. Consider it a favor. Sending the coordinates now. Wait, so let me get this straight. You want the bartender to testify he's not a lousy drunk? All right, I'm no lawyer, but seems like a bad move. Also, it sounds like work. And I don't work for free.
If it's about creds, you might earn a lot of brownie points with the locals if you helped with that. Points they'd spend at your bar.
As long as I'm still alive to spend it. But fine. If you get Helgi to show up, I'll take some of the heat off of him. Lucky you. I've got a little project I could use some help with. You've seen all the neckties and power suits wandering around town? Hmm? Feels like they're everywhere. And while I like a bunch of stuck-up new Atlantean MBAs defiling my city as much as I enjoy unmedicated dental surgery, they've got the credits. So sooner or later, I'm going to need to start serving them, or someone else will. There's this ship whose crew had to ditch mid-flight. I presume it's some kind of luxury liner because it's supposedly got an impressive collection of booze on it. I want you to go to the ship, find the best stuff on board, and bring it to me. Anything else on the ship is yours to keep. Plus, I'll throw in some credits for your trouble. Exactly what I was hoping to hear. You'll find the ship doing laps around Grissom. And be careful. I'm not paying for broken bottles, okay?
I don't suppose you're here to tell me I've won a ticket to a new planet, huh?
Sorry, Doctor. Not today. We came to Gagarin to investigate Irvin Mandani's contract with the mining company a long time ago. Ring any bells?
Irvin, yeah. Biologist. Hunter. Yeah, I remember him. Why? Who are you people? Nah, I don't trust you. I don't even know you. So take a long spacewalk with an empty tank, will you?
Please. Irvin was once one of your colleagues. He was the one Hephaestus blamed for an ecological disaster about 20 years ago. Do you remember any of that?
No, I don't remember lies. He passed on. That's a kick in the pants, isn't it? Well, sorry for your loss and all that, but I can't bring back the dead or anything. So you can go now. Thanks.
Look, I know this is strange. We show up out of the blue about things that happened decades ago. But right now, nobody save us knows the truth. And that means we're the only ones who can clear Irvin's name.
And what of it? You probably think the sky is blue too. Well, you'd be wrong. It's whatever color Hephaestus says it is.
Only if you let them. You're a scientist. Your words matter. That's why we need you to testify.
Testify? The trial is over, the verdict rendered. In case you two clowns didn't get the memo. Ellie Yankton? But why? Ah, it doesn't matter. Nothing's changed. I cannot do that. Why is this so hard to understand here? You're starting to make a lot of sense. I can see that. Fine, you've convinced me. I'd be willing to testify on one condition. I want to know what happened to Irvin. Because when he disappeared, let's just say I had an epiphany. Hephaestus didn't need to say a word. That's when I knew the threats against me and my family were real.
Dr. Hawkson, it wasn't Hephaestus that took Irvin's life. It was the war. Irvin was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Caught in the crossfire.
Then I am sorry for your loss. It won't change the past for either of us. But I will testify. And maybe, wherever Irvin is, he'll be glad that we can finally stick it to those assholes at Hephaestus.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, don't get all mushy on me now. I need a drink.
Catch you at Liz's later?
Soon as my shift's over.
Hey, you might want this. Helgi agreeing to testify is a great help.
Okay, you two, lay it on me. Did you find Helgi? Did he agree to testify?
Someone in security, maybe? Well, we've got good news and... well, that's it. Just more good news.
Okay. Does that mean he said yes? Well, that is perfect. She's probably the best person to call on should Hephaestus decide to play dirty. Well, you two have done all that you could. Now it's time to hand the baton off to me.
What do you think, Ellie? Do we have a chance?
The evidence you've gathered is impressive. It truly is.
So what's the verdict? In this case, I'd say spoilers are appreciated.
I almost never say this because I don't want to jinx it, but I think this case is a slam dunk.
Huzzah! That's what I like to hear.
I think we can do everything on our checklist. Clear Irvin of any wrongdoing, charge Hephaestus with the cover-up, and even restore Helgi, Dr. Hodgson's standing in the scientific community. All in all, though, really outstanding work. We wouldn't have gotten this far without your efforts. And I've got to imagine that wherever Irvin is, he appreciates it too.
Agreed, Ellie. And thanks for being our anchor in this. We should probably get out of Ellie's way and let her do her thing. We can talk more in private. Wow, we actually did it! Solved the case. And hopefully cleared Irvin's name. I feel like... what's the old saying? A great weight has been lifted off my shoulders? But it's actually true. I feel like I'm 80% biomass and 20% aerogel. Thanks. I was trying not to be too optimistic about our chances, because that's when a cosmic reversal kicks in. But I think it's okay in this case. We've already proven Irvin's innocence, and I trust Ellie to explain it. I'm feeling great. Although I could do with some wine and cheese. Why stop at emotional satisfaction when we can indulge in the culinary too? But if I can be serious for a moment, thank you. I couldn't have done this without your help. That makes 2 of us. 3 if you count Harvey. And who wouldn't? He's practically family. In fact, Harvey's got a little explorer in him too. According to this slate I found, turns out that our spiky friend's been all across the galaxy. I doubt it. Harvey's a wanderer. Getting lost is how he finds his way home. We've been through a lot, haven't we? I had forgotten what it was like to work with someone so closely. On top of everything else we've done together and with Constellation, yeah, I think so. Investigating Irvin's case with you is something I'll remember forever. I've come to realize that some events, some people, stand out as pillars of my life. Yes, some of them do. And if we're lucky, they change us for the better. We only get a brief moment in this universe to interact, to feel, to be who we are and experience the range of emotions that our bodies and minds have evolved to comprehend. And the definition of that changes for everybody. If one is fortunate, you might even notice events and people changing you while it is in motion. You seemed so skeptical of Constellation when we first started working together. It's good to hear you say that now. I've explored many worlds, and I've worked with Constellation for most of my life. I cherish those memories. But you have changed me as a person forever. I don't want to look back years from now and wonder what if. I need to know what you think about us. There's nothing that gives me greater happiness than exploring this universe with you, my friend. I imagine the pile of debris and remains from the city has started to build up in the ocean below the city. Maybe one day it will breach the surface like a conglomerate garbage island.
Chef school?
might want this.
What can I help you with? I'm right behind you.
Sarah! Sarah, good to see you again, my dear friend. I expect to hear some exciting tales when you two return.
I'll try, but I doubt any of them will compare to the spectacular tales that we hear you spin.
It's nice to see you.
Yes?
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
Private sector. That's where the real money's in.
Inside's a bad place for tourists these days.
You're in the Vanguard, right? If the gangs can keep from killing each other, I just might have to get.
Thank you when you have a moment.
I'll never leave Neon. For someone in my business, there's no better place. So, you made it. Guess Ryujin's security really is slipping. No one will ever take down Ryujin. It's a credit cache for Bayu. If anyone wanted to take down Ryujin, it'd take more money than anyone's willing to pay. Otherwise, Bayu would never allow it. Now, I'll take that program back that I gave you, and let's give the data a look.
All of that money at their disposal and a cutting-edge megacorp like Ryujin can't prevent a hacker from leeching their data. Unbelievable.
This won't take long. The program I gave you to run on Ularu's computer basically opens an all-access backdoor for me. I can see everything and anything. So, let's take a look. Ularu has some impressive encryption on her files. Not that I can't crack it, of course. Circumventing protections, running decryption. This should just take a moment now. Damn, I'm good. That went faster than I thought. I'm saving several files to a slate for Dalton, including access history and anything related to Project Dominion. adding in new encryption for him as well, so he's the only one that can view these. And done. You're all set. I've got the new encrypted slate. Let me tell you, it looks like fun times ahead for Ryujin. Technically, I'm not supposed to look, but it's kind of hard to not see what's going on while running all my software. Since you came through on your end, let's just say that slate isn't going to paint the best picture for Ms. Imogene Salzo. But bear in mind, you're dealing with some pretty talented people when it comes to falsifying information. And don't be too sure about that. Imogene was practically raised in the corporate underworld. I'd almost guarantee there's intent behind everything she does. Here's the slate. As usual, always a pleasure doing business with Ryujin.
Hey, keep your nose clean.
For you. That is an absolutely gorgeous statue. The craftsmanship, it's unparalleled. I wonder if it was hand-carved.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Dalton's so much for any faith in our security team.
We haven't had a security breach like this in years, and never on my watch.
My career will be over if this deal falls through. I've been waiting here for ages.
can't imagine being forced to spend my days doing menial work in an office like this, instead of exploring the stars on the bridge of a spacecraft.
I heard about your run-in with Topol.
They know how to make a client feel welcome up here.
You must be in someone's good graces to be invited up to the executive floor.
This could be the most important meeting of my career.
I hope you realize what your negligence has cost this company. Your orders were to incapacitate or evade security, not go on a killing spree. Touché. At least we've established we're both failures. Now, let's see what sort of data was worth the lives you took. I didn't think it was possible. Someone's been accessing Ularu's files remotely. It's quite a complicated trace, too. I'm impressed Nyx was able to track all of this. Damn. And there's our culprit. Imogene Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist, and one of the few I had in mind for who could pull this off. Well, the motive could be anything. Credits, grudges, even boredom. Either that, or she's highly displeased with someone at the company.
Imogene? She doesn't seem the type. But maybe that's a tactic. If she had me thinking that way, perhaps it proves that she's a master manipulator.
Well, before we make any harsh decisions, I'll need to question her myself. I want you to head to her office and escort her here. You have to make sure she doesn't try anything before I have a chance to speak with her. Don't put anything past her. When you're dealing with corporate workers, discerning the truth from the lies is the hardest part.
Let me guess. Looking for Imogene? Try not to harass my techs too much. They have work to do. I'm sure you can tell by now. She isn't here, which is a shame since I have several documents I need her to sign off on. She's always been the master of avoiding desk work. Well, that desk work is what keeps your cred stick full, and this company 2 steps ahead. So why are you looking for Imogene? Is she in trouble?
Let me see. It's perfect. Well done. This should be enough to get me back in the field by next week.
Aren't you the boring one? I have Imogene's last location at Frankie's Grab and Go, which we all know is a front for the Sioka Syndicate. You'll want to get executive sign-off if you plan on chasing after her. I'd say Dalton is your best bet.
Perhaps we need to get Dalton's permission to relieve ourselves as well. Good lord, this corporation keeps you on a short leash.
Yeah, because bosses love it when you go around them. Have fun with that. Word of advice. If you're planning on foregoing authorization and just tiptoeing your way to Imogene, park your friend at the door. Two's a crowd if you're trying to lay low. Good luck finding Imogene. Oh, and if you do catch up with her, be sure to let her know I had everything to do with it.
hate being stuck in the office.
Something you might be interested in.
Have your fun. Live your best life. Be here when you're ready.
Just quit that. Before you hit something you'll regret.
You lost, kiddo? Sure, sure. I just don't get too many quality customers here. Most folks head over to Newell's or the Emporium. I'd say less... Sounds like I had some these days. And live in a UC? No thanks. Besides, I ain't about to let a few undesirables chase me away from what I've built here. See for yourself. Until next time. Whoa, whoa. Where do you think you're going? Employees only. Oh, yeah? I don't see your name on my guest list. Now, why don't you tell me what you really want before I blow your brains out? All right, let's just calm down. I'll let you in, but just so you know, the moment the Syndicate catches you in there, they're gonna tear you to shreds. I hope you like a good fight. Have it your way.
Something you might be interested in.
Take him down.
Nice bit of work there.
feeling you're in trouble.
Find anything useful? What the?
Better get out while we still can! You're gonna die!
I have
right
things
there,
for you.
Rob.
I need you to back down and give me a chance to explain. I had a feeling you'd be the one to come after me. Yeah? And I didn't look guilty before, based on those files you got from Nyx? Ularu set me up. Yes, I've been acting as a double agent, but because she ordered me to. The assignment was meant to deceive, not benefit. And Project Dominion is way above my pay grade. It'd be impossible for me to deliver it. At least, intentionally. I'm not the one with motive here. First, I'm not about to reboot my life. Second, I'm not spending the rest of my life looking over my shoulder for the next field op they'd send after me. Of course. But first you have to understand, she used me to play an unwitting part in this, so I'm the one that takes the fall. That's why I said it'd be impossible for me to intentionally pull this off. Look, I only know about Project Dominion because I wanted to know exactly what I was being accused of leaking. But that tech is dangerous. An internal neuroamp that can theoretically control other people? If the evidence points to me, it's because Ularu used it to set me up. What better way to frame someone than to take control of their mind and have them actually perform the actions? The existence of a device that can control a person's mind is terrifying. Imagine the horrors you could... Oh, never mind. I don't want to think about it. Power, of course. Corporations maintain their success by any means necessary, but there are some measures Masako is reluctant to take. You may have noticed that none of your assignments directly involve murder. Masako reserves those actions only when it's absolutely necessary. Ularu sees this as a sign of weakness that needs to be dealt with. Because she knows I'm the most believable target, I'm the only one at Ryujin with the skills to even come close to being able to pull off a job like this.
It's the only scenario that makes sense. Besides, what's my motive? My career is solid at Ryujin. Infinity can't possibly beat my current benefits. Believe me, after having to play double agent, I've learned all of this firsthand. Yes, it's what the technology does, and it explains why the evidence against me is so solid. Come to think of it, it also explains a few strange bouts of disorientation I've been having the past few months. That's exactly what I've been doing here. Ularu has the skill to pull this off, but she's also been behind the desk for years now. I knew she'd miss something. This slate holds all the evidence against her. I just need you to deliver it to Dalton. It's the only way I can prove I'm innocent. I can't do that. The moment I step in that building, Dalton will lock me up, and Ularu will be on high alert. You really are naive when it comes to corporate culture. Once I'm back at Ryujin, Ularu will be looking to tie up any loose ends. So I can stay here and deal with you, or I can go back and deal with her. Which is why I'm hoping you'll take this evidence to Dalton. Of course you do. Look, if you just bring this slate to Dalton, I'm sure he'll understand. But if I go with you, everything is ruined. It's your choice. Do you want the truth? Or do you just want to be Employee of the Month? Well, aren't you the resourceful one? Credits it is, then. Perhaps you're more cut out for this corporate world than I thought.
So Ularu is the actual culprit. That complicates things. We're going to have to proceed very carefully, or else Dalton might send someone after us. Something for you when you have a moment. Don't stock up on junk. Oh, this should be a more than adequate return for our efforts. I wonder what's past this point.
Inside's a bad place for trouble.
Well, look who's back. Dalton's gonna lose it when he finds out you went to the Syndicate without talking to him. I guess we'll see, won't we? And you didn't even have the sense to speak to Bayou. Well, spending a few minutes to talk to someone could save you from hours of consequences later. So tell me, what did you find out? I had a feeling you'd say that. Enjoy your time with Dalton. It'll all trickle back to me sooner or later.
My company's future might be riding on this deal.
Don't cause any trouble.
So, you're finally back. With no sign of Imogene. And here I thought sending you after her would be a simple task. Not safe? And I hope she gave you a damn good reason why. Well, this evidence certainly complicates matters, if Imogene believes Ularu to be the true culprit. I hope she's willing to attest to this in person. Now, I need to undertake the laborious task of writing up a report to summarize all of this. In the meantime, Masako has requested your presence in R&D. She wants you to meet her in Vinakara's office. Masako's been focusing on how to deal with Infinity Ltd. And their knowledge of Project Dominion. I believe her plans rely heavily on you. Just take the elevator down to Risa. You'll find Dr. Kara's office to your left as you enter the floor. Vina's the head of our research and development team. She's the creator of Project Dominion, and often considered the protege of Ray DeCaris, Ryujin's founder. Not that I enjoy it, but I wouldn't trust anyone but myself with these reports as it is.
Got my eye on you.
Hang around too long, and Vina will try to test some.
Are you sure you're okay? You left.
Don't wander into any restrictions.
I have to admit, I'm a bit jealous of Ryujin's gorgeous design aesthetic. Oh, perhaps I should have their architects renovate the lounge.
Yeah, I just need a few.
I need that Rothicite if we want to complete the neuroamp.
Good, you're here. It's time to put a plan in motion to take full control of this situation with Infinity Ltd. The mole took priority. Now that Dalton has everything he needs, thanks to you, we're free to proceed. We don't know to what extent Infinity has taken the current NeuroAmp schematics, so our top priority is completing our own. Let me introduce you to Vina Kalra, Head of Research and Development. She'll give you the initial details.
Yes, details. You see, the internal neuroamp is supposed to consist of two parts. The first part, the part Infinity stole, handles the manipulative effects. The second part is a shielding modification designed to protect the user against other neuroamp users. have to get back to work. Did you need something else? Are you messing with me? Did DeMarcus put you up to this? Big time. We'd be the only ones unaffected.
No one wants their greatest asset used against them. Once Vina can complete the internal neuroamp and shielding mod, the plan is to outfit you with both and have you infiltrate Infinity Ltd. We can't risk the assignment until we know your mind has the necessary protection.
I think implanting that device into your head is a mistake. But it's your choice, not mine.
You're a Ryujin employee, and we need a job done. We've trusted you this far, so I feel it's safe to continue the trend. Good. I'm glad you see this as an opportunity.
And I love a willing subject. Now it's just a matter of getting the key ingredient. The final kink in both designs was finding compatible materials to use for conductivity that the human body wouldn't reject. I've finally created the perfect alloy, but it requires a newly discovered refined element called rothicite.
Which is where I come in. We have a confidential contract with Consolidated Mining to gather, refine, and ship the rothicite straight to us. Their last shipment is late, and neither we nor Consolidated Mining have had any communication with the Karenay station. We not only expect it, we demand it. The outpost has been performing as expected up until now, which is why we're concerned.
We need you to head out there, secure the shipment, and bring it back here so Vina can complete her prototype. And I want to know what happened. We need to take any safety measures to make sure this doesn't happen again. Good. Feel free to deal with any resistance however you see fit.
The mining station is CM Station RC-1. It's on a moon called Karenay 3A in the Karenay system. The shipment should be in the research and control tower, but the outside doors are kept locked down. This keycard will let you enter the mines so you can access the tower from the inside. Good luck. I'm just concerned the entire station was wiped out by...
It might not be Jemison.
You're looking well, yes. Setting down. Can I have a pet?
A pet? Starship. That's how starships don't exist.
Aw, come on, please. I need somebody to talk to while I'm on the ship by myself.
guess they ran away.
I've visited worlds with temperatures. Was that you? I'm sure they had something we can use. fascinating. I've heard about these tunnel boring machines, but never had the opportunity to see one of them in person.
have things for you.
You are cleared to dock at the clinic, the best medical facility in the settled systems.
Ship is now docked. Perfect. Didn't even smudge the
Hello, Captain.
You have a nice day now.
This area's off limits. Authorized personnel only. An outbreak? I haven't heard anything about this. Understood. Here's an access card. Good luck.
Stopping at the clinic to do a bit of xeno research, eh? Count me in.
Sean, I don't want to go over this again. I'm tired, all right? Just...
Hey, who let you in here? This is a restricted area. Fine. I'll tell you. We're on a private contract with Infinity Ltd. It's for something they call Project Dominion. Dr. Lane and I were instructed to conduct human trials on several volunteers. So far, only one patient has survived. You're telling me? When Infinity hired us, they said human trial authorization was already underway and we'd have the approvals in a matter of days. The days went by and nothing. Every time we'd ask, it was always just days away, but we kept working. Between the money and potential success, it was easy to tell ourselves that they'd come through.
Sean, what the hell is going on here? Who is this? It's moments like these when I think I just need to hear someone say it out loud. Sean spoke the truth. We thought the approval would arrive any day, so we continued with the project. By the time we started to catch on, it was already too late. We were too immersed in the lie.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Those are human lives we're talking about, but you're treating them like data points on a slate.
Infinity is the one that should take the blame. We're victims here as well.
No, he's right, Ken. It's what you and I both deserve after going along with this mess. How long have we talked about walking away or refusing to work? We oversaw the death of 9 people here, and it may as well be 10. Infinity may have lied to us, but they also paid us well enough that we did nothing.
You'd let some stranger like this just ruin our careers?
Yes, and you're going to let them too. Go ahead. Get whatever information you need to take this place and Infinity down. I'll make sure Dr. Lane remains cooperative.
I can see how you think I deserve this. I just never thought it'd go this far.
I guess I need to start thinking about what I need to say to my kids.
They always tell you this could happen, you just never believe it.
Just give the word and...
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship. That's all we need. Enjoy Neon.
I picked up something you might be interested in. For you.
I've got my eye on you.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed that my latest experiment will be a success.
Is that my beautiful shipment? You were right about this one, Masako. So I've heard. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work on finalizing this prototype.
Nice to catch
So,
you in the office.
what did you learn about CM Station RC-1? I knew something bad had happened. Were there any survivors? Good. I may not condone murder, but I refuse to have sympathy for indiscriminate killers like Ecliptic. Especially after massacring innocents working for us. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you traced the shipment there? Dr. Lane? I believe Vina is familiar with his work, specializing in neurosurgery. Were you able to determine what he was doing at the clinic? So, it sounds like Lucas has reached a new level of desperation to ensure his future as CEO.
To hell with corporations and CEOs and profit margins. People have died, and you aren't showing the least bit of remorse. Ugh.
I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of information they can from the clinic's database on this. Between hiring Ecliptic and unauthorized human trials, we have enough to take Lucas down for good. And with the Rothosite secure, it's almost time for us to make our move. Aren't we all? Unfortunately, it will have to wait. I'm sure you remember your actions during Directive Theta, especially in regards to Administrator Bayu. Thanks to your inability to follow protocol, we now owe him a debt. One that you get to pay.
I knew it. I knew that man would find a way to make us do his bidding. His reach is terrifying.
Unfortunately for us, this debt is paid in favors. The Administrator wants us to deal with a rival operative. And when I say deal with, it means he wants them dead. This is not an assignment I give lightly. I can see how you might come to that conclusion, but I've never been one to condone violence where subterfuge may suffice. Find the operative and do what you must. We already have a team prepped to handle any fallout. When it's done, report back to Dalton. I have a meeting to prepare for.